I think depending on where you're from, the terminology outsourcing and fully managed payroll take on a different connotation. Specifically in the US, outsourcing payroll really typically involves me as the client doing the data entry, utilizing a system, inputting into the system, and then the provider doing a lot of the back-end processes. So, ensuring the system is up to date, distribution of the pay slips, distribution of the W-9s or W-2s, the funds, and the taxes. Really where fully managed comes in, and it's a term that's utilized far more around Europe specifically, is where the outsourcer takes on full responsibility for build to gross, gross to net, funds distribution, filing of reportings, taxes across the world. And the main difference there is that the client really has very little need for an in-house payroll staff themselves. You always will have some around a global payroll manager or regional payroll managers who are there to answer queries and work with us because it's a real partnership. But outside of that, all of the data input, all of the access from the build to gross section, we take care of putting through into our account. Fully managed payroll approach, I think there's a number of different benefits that a client really can expect from it. So firstly is, reduction in headcount. And specifically if you're in multiple countries, around multiple countries, multiple entities within that country, you're going to have a lot of people responsible and touching payroll today within an organization. And some of those can be better focused on other areas of the business because typically they either belong to HR or they belong to finance, and the organization really could be able to deploy them into better uses. So firstly is there's less touch points around payroll. Secondly is around consistency of global data. Data is a really key point for many multinationals now, especially around data security, data privacy. And one of the benefits for us is we're taking that data feeds and typically we're building infrastructure and interfaces with their existing systems. So, we're taking data from their global HR system. We're taking data from local time systems because they don't have global ones. But what we're doing is we're automating that data flow. We're improving their internal process by doing it. So we're not taking today what they have and saying, okay, we can replicate that because no one benefits from that. What we're doing is we're really re-engineering their processes and their change and speeding up the payroll process. And by doing that, with the fully managed perspective, what we're looking always to do is to continually improve clients' processes and how do we get better systems in place and how do we improve. So, that's the difference between being a fully managed processor and an outsourcer. Is we're not just responsible for the back end. We're there to say, hey, how do we improve the front end? How do we improve your business process? And that's the key difference.